I am Renault. I am the past. I am before the beginning of this beginning. My generation was a generation of magic and power. We were wizards who obeyed a code, and we lived in peace with mankind. Mankind did not corrupt us. The magic did. We, the wizards, fought each other until we made ourselves extinct. We destroyed ourselves and took the magic away with us. This was the end of the generation of wizards. This is the past. The next generation endured the aftermath of our turbulence, as did the next. Now is the generation who grew up on the fables and myths of our abilities. Now is the generation of the awakening of our remembrances. I am Renault. I am the past. I am here to help those learn how not to make our mistakes.
Illuminate. Your sacrifice will let others live. Leper man?
Did you save anything for me, Valor?
Nothing you can use. It was a rock spirit.
That's okay. There'll be another time. There always is.
I can teach you an easier way if you'd like. Okay.
Yes, sir?
I'll need my horse. It's the gray mare. I think stall 3.
Right away, sir. Just be a minute.
What do you have?
I'd like a black cider, please.
You got it. You know, you don't come around enough.
Excuse me?
Well, I only keep the black cider stock for you, and kids, I guess. But mostly just for you.
Why's that?
Well, begging your pardon, but first time you came in here and ordered it, I had a bit of a laugh. But then some of the veterans told me who you are. So I decided to stock up on the stuff for when you pass through again. I'm just saying you should stop by more often so that I can serve the stuff and it doesn't go bad.
Who did they say I was?
They said you were the last man on the Naib bridge during the Umathkin campaign. Said you were Valor of Monastery.
You telling a stranger about Naib?
What about Monastery?
They got themselves a spot of trouble. You know, the bandit army attacked them again.
Thanks for the drink. Hutch?
What's this?
It's all I can spare. Take one for the black cider for next time, and the rest is for whatever that man in back needs or wants. Understand?
Which man?
The man with the scar.
Sure thing. But why the man? He's just a drifter.
He's not a drifter. His name is Hutch, and he's a hero.
Here you go, sir.
Thanks.
Identify yourself! Valor? Is it really you? It can't be Valor. That grub-eating coward wouldn't dare come back to this place, would he?
You better know what you're doing. How are you doing, Ashlyn?
It's good to see you again, friend. Junior Rangers, this is Valor. He used to be a ranger before he ran off with his wife. Where is Maria?
Students, back to your training at once.
What's wrong, Valor?
I'm sorry, Ashlyn. You were not informed of Maria's passing.
Ah, damnation. I'm sorry, Valor. I did not know. Forgive me.
It's fine, Ashlyn. I told Head Monk Goodleaf not to tell anyone.
Why?
Because he knew you would help him get revenge on the person responsible, or die trying.
Someone kill?
He didn't want to put his best friend in harm's way. It's okay, Ranger Ashlyn. I need to speak with Valor alone. Please return to your post.
Yes, Head Monk. Good to see you, Valor.
It has been a long time, Ranger. How goes your journey?
It still goes. Look at you. You're still the kind old man you were when I left.
Watch your words. I'm not that old. Or kind.
Point taken. How's the monastery?
Peaceful. The world is well, and so is the forest. We take care of the forest, and it takes care of us. It is the same as when you were here. Tell me, what brings you back?
I heard that Manet was attacked. I wanted to return home, make sure all was well.
Are you ready for this trip?
I don't know.
Come. We will eat and talk. When was the last time you returned to Manet?
When the war ended. My first time coming back from the war. About 10 years ago.
And you haven't been back?
After I buried Maria, I never felt I could return. Whatever life I had then is gone with her.
When I was a child, an old man once told me, you must always remember where you come from. If you do not, you will never be able to move past it.
I don't know if I'll ever move past my wife's murder, but I do appreciate your counsel, my friend.
Did you see them?
Yes, we saw them. Keep breaking.
It's just that was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. I mean, no one has ever showed Ashlyn up in a staff fight. No one.
He didn't show anybody up. Ashlyn would have taken him down if Head Monk Goodleaf hadn't shown up. Ashlyn is the greatest ranger ever.
What? The stranger broke Ashlyn's staff in two. How could Ashlyn have ever won against that? I just don't see how Ashlyn could have won. That's all.
This is how. Any questions?
You still didn't prove how Ashlyn would have won.
What was a lesson learned? Anyone? How would Ashlyn beat me? Nobody knows? Follow me. You want to know how Ashlyn would have won? This is how.
What is it, Valor?
It's a lesson, Ash. The question was, how would you have won against me? This is the answer. Teamwork. Brothers and sisters, side by side to take on an adversary that would threaten the safety and sanctuary of the lower monastery. We protect the forest, and we protect each other. This is how Ashlyn would have won. Do you understand? Good. Please forgive my intrusion on your duties, Rangers. And thank you. Now return to your chores and remember the lesson you've learned today.
Good lesson, Valor.
I thought so.
Remember when Magnus rang it for us?
I always do, my friend.
What are you doing? Shh. What are you doing?
I'm leaving.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go find the stranger. I'm going to fight Valor.
Why?
Why? Did you see what he did here in just a couple of hours? He beat Ashlyn in a fight, he's good friends with Head Monk Goodleaf, and he rang the lore bell without any hesitation just to teach us a lesson. And he didn't get in trouble for it. Plus, he knows magic.
So?
He's so cool.
What about your training?
Valor will teach me.
How do you know he'll teach you?
I just know he will.
Clatt, you don't know.
Not now, Brooke. I have to go.
Identify yourself.
Junior Ranger Clatt.
State your purpose.
Nightwalk.
Proceed.
Ugh, lure bugs. Torches.
These forests ain't so bad. Kind of reminds me of home.
What are you talking about? You grew up in a swamp in Norik. There were no trees, you muck brain.
Well, if there was trees, I reckon this is what it would look like.
Pretty good. You need to improve your staff work, though.
I'm better with a bow.
What are you doing out here?
Looking for you.
You found me. Now go back to the monastery.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I want to learn from you.
Why me? Everything I know I learned from the monastery.
Not everything. I saw you put magic into your staff when you were fighting Ashlyn. You have secrets I want to learn.
They're my secrets. Go back to the monastery.
This is a test. You want to test my dedication like they do at the monastery? Don't worry, I'll find you again.
Great.
Ah!
What's wrong?
Were you here the whole time?
What's wrong with your ankle?
Nothing. I just twisted it.
Look, kid, I don't get along with others, and I'm no teacher. I lost valuable traveling time last night because I was trying to make sure you returned back to the monastery. I don't have time for you. You know how to make a splint?
Yeah.
Then fix up your leg and go back to the monastery. What's your name, kid?
Clatt.
If I find time in the future, maybe I can teach you something at the monastery. That's not a promise, but it's the best I can do.
I want a promise. Mene. If I can't find Valor here, get to see my folks at least.
Anything this man wants is on me.
Just water, please.
Heard the rumors. We were about to give up on you, but then, here you are.
Here I am.
Just wanted to let you know, we kept your farm unoccupied, in case you were to return. A man named Hutch passed by here about 6 years ago. Told us you were going to come back. I'll leave you alone to your drink now. Tell the barkeep here if you need to reach me.
Clive? Please, sit with me. I dreaded coming back.
Hard times in one place did not make for a happy return, my friend.
Truer words. I've returned for 2 reasons. One of them is information.
I can tell you what I know.
There was an attack a couple days back. I just want to know what happened.
There was still some unrest from when the war ended, as I'm sure you know. In Eltsac, the war was far away, but when the soldiers returned, some villains followed them. Castle Eltsac's Royal Guard was able to dispose of most of them, but some slithered out of their reach. The Manet militias had to encounter some of the riffraff, but nothing too horrible. The bandits who attacked us recently weren't really trying to loot or pillage. It just seemed like they were testing us.
Testing you? So everything is all right now?
Yes, we ran them out and turned the prisoners over to the Royal Guard.
Okay. Thank you, Clive. I appreciate your company.
What was the other reason that you came back?
I came to see my wife. I'm sorry. I couldn't be there for you when you needed me most. My pride brought me into this war. I thought I could do some good. I thought I could save some lives for all the people I saved. I wish I could have been there for you. I didn't even bring flowers. I'm sorry. Congratulations. You found me. How's your leg?
They're dead. They're both dead.
Your parents?
Yes. Valor? Why didn't anyone tell me about my parents?
It's a monastery rule. To be a ranger, you have to be able to focus on the forest rather than yourself. It's a discipline and respect thing.
I don't like that rule.
I didn't care for it much either.
Your parents?
They died in a bad storm while I was at the monastery.
My neighbor told me it was bandits. Just wish someone would have told me.
Bad news is bad news no matter when you hear it.
Bad news doesn't grow better over time. Valor,
Yes?
who are you visiting in the cemetery?
I was visiting my wife.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
Valor,
Yes?
how did you get your horse to Monet? Never saw any tracks. Valor!
Out of the way, boy! I'm only aiming at one of you, but I have plenty of arrows.
Why have you attacked us?
Yes, you're very brave. Move! Brave, I said, boy. But you are lacking intelligence at the moment. Don't meddle in affairs that aren't your own. How fast are you, boy? And how would you like to find out?
Gotcha. It was just his cloak.
You should have just moved, boy. Where?
I don't even know you.
Another time then, brother. I'll find you again.
How are you feeling?
Like I've been trampled by a herd of Mustangs. Are you okay? I saw the arrow.
I'm fine. I was worried about you. You did a good job fending off the man who ambushed us. But I hope you realize that this is why I cannot teach you.
But...
I've made a lot of enemies from the war. That man who attacked us. I don't even know him. It'll be too dangerous for you to be around me, and I can't take the chance of you getting hurt or dying. It would violate the pledge that the head monk made to your parents. I hope you understand. I've spoken to the head monk, and he said that I can return and teach students from time to time. I will return, Clatt. I just have some things to take care of.
When are you leaving?
I wanted to make sure you were okay, and that you understood why you can't come with me before I left.
When will you return?
I don't know for sure. I have some traveling to do before I finish my quest.
Why are you glowing?
It's nothing. It only glows because I'm close to the sacred long bow of lore. It glows around magic.
You know magic?
Not really. No. Look, I'm gonna go get some more tea. I'm glad you're okay. You did well out there. You'll make a great ranger someday. You just stay here and finish your training. Boy's awake.
Are you leaving again?
Yes. I have a lot to do still. I will return. I promise.
You are always welcome here, Ranger.
Thank you, Ranger.
How was Monet?
I was wondering when you'd ask. Truth is, I feel better than I did.
Good. I'm glad your trip went well.
Well, aside from the near-death experience at the tag-along, it did.
Where are you going now?
I'm not too sure, but I know where I come from now. So I can go anywhere. Right?
That's right. I hope to see you again.
You will.
How are you, lad?
I'm exhausted.
That's understandable, after the ordeal you went through.
Is everyone mad at me?
Everybody? No. A few? Yes. You worried a lot of people when you didn't return. But some of us liked your spirit of adventure for going after what you wanted. You remind me of Valor.
You two are good friends, huh?
Some ways. Still are, I think. He's withdrawn from everyone since...
His wife died?
Yes. He came back from the war older and more centered with himself. But when he got to Monet and found... her... he just changed and went on his quest. Mind you, I heard all this from the head monk and it's not to be repeated.
Of course.
He was my best friend, and he didn't come to me. He went through all that pain alone. Why didn't he come to me? Didn't he?
He couldn't put your life in jeopardy, Ashlyn. He felt it was his problem, and he had to deal with it. He had already lost someone he was supposed to grow old with. He feels like you and I are all he has left in this world. How do you think he would be if he lost one of us because of him? He wouldn't be able to take it.
I wish he would have given me the choice!
Is he okay?
He'll be fine. He hasn't seen his friend in a long time, and instead of joy, there is only pain. A pain that he can't fix. Ashlyn is a great ranger, but his weakness is that he must be strong for everyone. But Valor has taken that burden himself. Time will heal Ashlyn. Speaking of healing, how are you?
I'll be fine.
Yes, you will. I know why you left to follow Valor. All I ask is that you finish your training before you go on another adventure.
Head monk?
Yes?
What quest is Valor on?
Ah, yes. The quest. I tell you this in confidence, Junior Ranger. Valor spoke to me soon after the war ended and after his world had crumbled. He told me of a new war that he was told was coming. He is taking it upon himself to be the savior of those that need protection most, like his wife did, and like you do. He seeks out weapons from the ancient wizard war that he will use to save us all.
You mean weapons like the sacred longbow of lore? What does it do?
I think you need some more rest. We can speak later. I'm glad you're back.
Valor's gone, my parents are dead. What if you're wrong, Clatt? What if the bow is needed by the monastery? What if this is all wrong?
Go ahead. You've come this far. It's okay, young Clatt. I had hoped you would finish your training, but you've made your decision. I understand, and I wish you luck on your journey.
I hope I'm right.
Clive.
Didn't expect to see you so soon.
I need some more information.
I'm your man.
A man in violet robes. Looks like nobility. Has he come through here?
Violet robes? Well, that sounds like Crawl. He's the king's chief advisor. He came to speak with the council about the latest attack.
When was this?
He arrived just after you did. Actually, he came in after you'd left last time.
What can you tell me about him?
Personally, I don't trust him. He hasn't done anything to me, mind you. It's just a terrible gut feeling I get when I'm around him. Other than that, he's well-spoken and has expensive tastes. The king trusts him, so I try to keep my faith in him.
Is he still in town?
No, he was only here for the day. I think he was heading south. Why so many questions?
I just wonder why the king's chief advisor would try to kill me in the forest.
He attacked you?
Yes. He attacked me and a junior ranger on our way back to the Lore Monastery.
That doesn't make any sense. You sure it was Crawl?
Unless you know someone else who fits the description, it was Crawl.
Just doesn't make any sense. What are you going to do?
I'm going to find out why he attacked me.
Well, come back and tell me too, all right?
Of course. Thanks again.
Oh, one more thing.
What's that?
I have the deed to your land.
Give it to someone who needs it. I don't think I'll be farming for a while.
All right, tell me more about this attack.
So where do I go? He wouldn't go back to Monet.
Ashlyn?
Get off your horse.
Something wrong, Ash?
Just get off your horse.
What's on your mind?
Arm yourself.
You don't have to do this.
I'm sorry, but I think I do.
Very well.
Why? Why didn't you tell me? Why wouldn't you let me help you?
It was mine, Ash. It was my life that was destroyed. It was too much for me to involve anyone because it was mine. I know you are my friend. I know you would be there for me no matter what the odds. I know you would follow me forever because we are brothers of lore. But I couldn't have you follow the path I chose.
Clatt stole the sacred longbow of lore, and he's looking for you.
I'm sorry.
Where's your parents, kid?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What are you doing in here?
I'm looking for someone.
Who?
A man named Valor.
He was here a week ago, but he hasn't come back.
Thank you.
Hey, kid, hang on a minute.
Hey kid, you want to sell that bow?
I can't.
I'll give you a fair price.
It's not for sale. It's for Valor.
Alright, sorry.
Hey, kid, go ahead and take it. It's a water skin full of black cider. Tell Valor I gave it to you when you see him.
Thanks.
Hey, kid.
Who's there?
Are you the one searching for Valor?
Yeah, have you seen him?
I can find him. For a price.
I have no money.
That's okay. I just need a hand.
You need a hand? With what?
No. You misunderstand. I need a hand.
Oh my gosh!
Yours or someone else's. I'm not very picky. Come back, boy. I'll help you find Valor.
Hello. I didn't mean to scare you.
You didn't scare me.
Are you trying to catch fish with the spear?
I'm not telling you anything.
I can teach you an easier way.
Give me my spear.
Okay. There is an easier way.
I don't care. This is something I have to do.
Why?
To continue my training. I have to catch 10 big fish before my father will teach me more.
More what? Fishing?
Fighting. I am going to be a great warrior, like my father. Now leave me alone before you start looking like a big fish.
Okay.
This will take forever.
Well, that was fast. This is a good way to catch fish.
That's really clever. So the fish swim through this little door and get stuck in there, and the river current keeps them from swimming back out.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you learn how to make this?
I trained at the lower monastery.
I wonder what my father would think of this.
I can teach you if you want.
Sweet. I'm Chana.
My name is Clatt. First, we need some sticks. Don't forget to remove the trap when you're done with it, so more fish don't get caught in it.
Okay, I'll do that now. I gotta go. It's getting late.
Where do you live?
I'm sorry, Clatt. I really can't tell you.
Actually, could you tell me where we are at least? I had to run from Tranquil City last night and I'm a little bit lost.
This is the Corral River. If you follow this south, you'll come to the Corral Mountains. If you head west, you'll be back in Tranquil City. If you go east, then you'll be in the Nun Forest. You came from the north, right?
That's right. Have you ever been to Lore Forest?
I've never been farther north than this river. My training is... I'm sorry, I really have to go. It was nice meeting you. Goodbye.
Chana, wait up. Whoa, neat trick. I suppose a ranger would stick to the forest.
No fish?
Cougar, get out of my way. I wish to speak to my father.
No fish, no father.
Cougar, move. I want to see my father. Now.
Very well. This way.
with a messenger of King Tanactus, and he... Kruger, I do not tolerate interruptions.
Miss Chana wishes to speak with you.
Very well.
Father, I was fishing today.
And you brought back the 10?
Not exactly, but...
You didn't bring back the 10, and you dare interrupt my meeting with the War Council? Leave, now. Why couldn't I have had a son?
I don't even know if Valor is in here. I wish I could just find Valor. That's weird. It's showing me the way. What? Oh, don't... Why'd you stop? Was that Valor?
Scream more.
He's not coming back.
I'm so glad I finally found you.
What are you doing here?
Looking for you?
Didn't I tell you I can't look after you? That it would be too dangerous? But still you came. And what is that in your hand?
It's, the sacred longbow of lore.
That's right. The sacred longbow. Sacred. Do you know what that means? It means it's entitled to reverence and respect, devoted to the services of lore. Why did you take it?
I thought if I had it, you would teach me. I thought you could use it on your quest.
I don't want that. I took an oath as a lore ranger to uphold the laws of the forest and to respect the longbow for what it stands. By removing that bow, you have disrespected the devotion of all rangers, living and dead. I don't want to be associated with that. Go back to the monastery. Maybe Goodleaf will take you back.
No. I've traveled for too long for it to be like this. I've walked the king of Eltsac looking for you. I've dodged spears, been chased by a guy looking for body parts, and was nearly spotted by the guy who had taped us from Minette. I've learned that my parents have been dead for half a year, and nobody thought to tell me. And the only other home I've had won't take me back because I stole the one thing I thought would bribe you into taking me with you. I thought you were the greatest man I've ever seen. I don't know why I've done the things I've done. I thought it was the only way to impress you. But I'm ready to face up to the consequences of my actions now and be on my merry way. So, it's on you. Take me with you, or I'll walk through alone. Either way, I'll go to be like you.
You saw Crawl?
Who?
The guy who attacked us is named Crawl. Where was he headed?
Take me with you, and I'll tell you.
All right. This is the deal. No negotiating. You help me find Crawl, and then you go back to the monastery. You get your adventure, I get Crawl. We both win, and then we both move on.
Deal. Crawl went that way, with those bandits we saw in the lower forest the day we met. What's that way?
The Corral Mountains. And just south of the mountains is the choking desert. We'll get water here.
Is there like a tower or something there?
Not really. The only people that I know of that live in that region are the Snoodians.
The who?
Desert folk. You want a quick lesson?
Yeah.
All right. Did you know that the wizard Lore is said to have been buried in the choking desert?
What? I thought the lessons state that the gypsies buried him in the heart of Lore Forest, where the monastery is located.
There is a lot of speculation as to where the heart of the Lore Forest is. The Wizard War was over 100 years ago, before the kingdom of Eltsac set up its border. This entire land was one giant forest, and one day a tired, peaceful wizard named Laura came and took up residence to avoid the war. He lived in peace for several years within the jungle shelter, and even taught the secrets of the forest to gypsies who were also trying to stay away from the dangers of the war, hence the Lore Monastery. Now some people say that home is where the heart is, while others would believe that the heart of anything is the center, usually the place where the most bountiful and beautiful things grow, like in a person. It's that kind of speculation that makes it so debatable. I've seen monks argue with each other for hours and hours, saying it's somewhere in the plains of Eltsac, or somewhere on the monastery grounds. And then there are those that believe it's in the choking desert.
Where do you think he's buried?
I'm actually one of those who believes he's buried in the sand.
Why?
When the wizard Argulsa came and defeated Lore, the gypsies came and buried him in his home. I think when he died, a part of the forest he loved so deeply died with him and took the form of a barren land of sadness. But that is just what I believe, and I could be wrong. I have no proof to back up my claims.
That is awesome! See? This is why I wanted to come with you. You told me things I wouldn't have learned at the Lore Monastery. That is such a cool history lesson.
Yeah? You think?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a history lesson. I learned all that from Head Monk Goodleaf in my 3rd year of Ranger training. No, that was a lesson in humility. You've got to realize that you're just a kid and you make foolish decisions because you want to grow up before your time. Believe me, nature will allow you to grow up at the right pace. Mankind will only speed it up. Now my shoulders still hurt from last night. A nice long quiet walk will heal it.
Valor?
You want to go back?
No, I had a question.
All right.
You got shot in the back with an arrow the other day. How come you're not hurt?
Okay, that's a reasonable question. This cloak I wear is from a shaman of the Naib tribe. It protects me from...
It's there.
They did come this way, and they are heading for the choking desert. All right, you can go back now.
We didn't find Crawl yet.
The desert's no place for you.
We didn't find Crawl yet. We honor our deals, Ranger.
You're quoting the monks to me?
My lord, our honored guests have arrived.
Well, show them in.
Of course, my lord.
No women allowed.
Lord Viper, may I introduce Master Kral of...
Kruger, please.
Forgive him, Lord Viper. I asked him to introduce me. It never tires of hearing one's name announced to men of great importance.
I'm a man of great importance to you, Crow.
So long as power and a profit are to be made, then yes.
So you've forgiven our previous business endeavors?
Forgiven? No. But I can be paid to forget.
In a few days, my friend, you won't remember how to walk.
Kruger?
Ah, yes. Lord Viper, may I present Master Kral, Chief Advisor to the King of Elzak.
And the one man who can give you a kingdom.
It's good to see you again, Master Kroll.
You as well, Lord Viper. Is everything settled with King Xenactus?
It is. His army marches from the north. He awaits our arrival. All is in place.
Good. We can dispense with these pleasantries and discuss the disadvantages to building your castle in the desert.
I see no disadvantages.
That's because you like the heat. No one's going to want to come here. I don't like coming here. You know sweat ruins silk.
You will never see me in silk.
That's for sure.
Are you feeling okay? Drink some water. You have to stay hydrated out here. I need you to do something for me. Will you take the boy back to the monastery? No! Stay back! Clatt! Hang in there, kid!
Master Kral, shall I get your men some ale as well?
Yes, but I better not be drinking what my men drink. I've grown quite fond of being above them.
Of course.
What will be your first act as king?
Find a queen, of course. I need a son to carry on my legacy.
And what shall become of your daughter?
I'm not too concerned about her. I'll probably marry her off to some kingdom I need to barter with or make a truce. Who knows? I just know that I need someone to follow in my footsteps, and I know it's not going to be her.
Where's that servant Kruger with our drinks? Wait. Maybe we should call for your daughter and have her make us a meal as well.
You know, whenever we travel together, I end up getting ambushed by something, and it doesn't seem to matter what that thing is. Man, beast, rock spirit, there always seems to be something trying to kill me. It's kind of annoying.
Well, seems to me, whenever we travel together, I end up saving your life from whatever ambushes you, whether it be man, beast...
Don't even finish that sentence.
Where are we?
We're in the Snoodian Caves. They were impressed with the bow you carried and have taken us in. They gave me some unique reading material.
What is it?
It's a history of the Snood people. Did you know the original Snood people were a band of gypsies that were taught to survive the forest by a wizard named Lore?
They're rangers?
Yep.
Wait, are these the ones that buried Lore?
I haven't read that far yet. How are you feeling?
My throat's really sore.
That'll pass when you get some fluids in you. I'll get you some water. Clatt?
Yeah?
You're a good kid. You've already proven to me that you're a ranger. But I want you to realize that this is the second time I've had to wait for you to wake up from injuries you sustained while being with me. It may not scare you, but it does scare me. I'm just trying to say that I won't think anything less of you if you go back to the Lower Monastery to finish your training. I just want you to think about it, because I don't like how often I've been scared lately. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Why are you out of bed?
Well, last time I went for a beverage, you left.
I'm not doing that anymore.
It is time.
What was that about?
We are actually in trouble.
Please state your names to the Sanudian Great Council.
I am Valor of Monastery, Ranger of the Lower Forest, and veteran of the Ramthkin campaign.
I am Clatt Devo, also a minute. Junior Ranger of Lore in training?
I am Head Advocate Cervantes. Please forgive the formalities here. We have some questions, and then you may be on your way, if that is acceptable.
It is.
The two of you were in possession of these objects. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you know what these are?
That is the staff of the flame charmer Cortez.
And the bow is the sacred longbow of Lore.
I wondered how the two of you came into possession of these objects. I was under the impression that the longbow of Lore was under the protection of the Rangers of Lore Forest.
I took the bow. It was in hope of joining Valor and learning from him.
And does the Lower Monastery know you have taken it?
Yes. Head Monk Goodleaf allowed me to take it.
Very well. Thank you, Clatt Devo of Monastery. Please take a seat. And how did you come to have the staff of Cortez?
I found it in a cave to the south.
And did the rightful owner of the staff give you permission to take it?
Excuse me?
Did you have permission from the rightful owner to take it?
What? You mean did Cortez say that I could have it? No, the wizard Cortez is dead.
But his descendants are not, and they are the rightful owners of their family's legacy.
A descendant of Cortez? I think not. The wizard bloodlines have long been depleted.
I noticed your cloak, Valor of Monastery. Where did you acquire the cloak of Naib Bison?
You know of Renault Cervantes?
As you can see, I do.
Then you know why I do what I do.
Yes, I do. But the descendant of Cortez does not.
Then let me speak to the descendant.
You may speak.
Descendant of Cortez, I am Valor of Monastery. I once met a man of great wisdom. A man who knew that I would meet him 70 years before I was born. He told me a story. And in this story, he spoke of events that would take place and eventually lead to the end of days. He spoke with a confidence, not of a man who believed, but of a man who knew, who could see what we cannot. His description of everything was perfect, and he let me see through his eyes with his words. And it was so convincing that it haunted me. There's some of the things in the story had already taken place. And I could see for the first time how the past could influence the future. At the end of his tale, he offered me his cloak and said that it would help me on my journey. That was his way of saying that I was one of the 6 people who had a chance of changing the future. My cloak protects me from physical harm. It was created by a shaman of the Naib tribe. I collect tokens of fallen wizards to help try and save the future from the end of days, which is why I ask to take the staff of Cortez. It's not for personal gain or motives, but for the world to be safe. I will respect your decision regardless.
The descendant of Cortez will allow you to take the staff under one condition.
I'm listening.
A favor. Should the descendant ask a favor, you will honor it.
I don't know if I'll be around to honor such a favor.
The descendant will find you. Will you agree to this term?
I will.
We apologize for taking up your time. The rock spirit will not be following you anymore.
It was a vengeance curse.
A what?
Some wizards curse their belongings so that no one else can use them. It can be unpleasant at times. All right. Clatt, give me your canteen.
Okay.
Wait here and conserve your energy. We've got a long walk ahead of us.
Hello? Are you okay? How did you...
It takes a lot of concentration.
So this Viper guy is east?
Yes. About a 3-hour hike if you're Sanudian.
And if you're not?
2 days. Be extremely careful. He has an army, and they've been making a lot of noise lately.
If he's in league with Krull, then I fear I've stumbled into something that could affect the kingdom. Not something that I can just walk away from.
What about Clatt?
I'll keep him safe. I have a way to send him back to the monastery should things go from bad to worse.
Aren't you going to ask the question?
I figured if you wanted to tell me, you would.
Renault gave me one of the bison horns. I don't know who has the other one.
I don't have it.
I figured as much. How did you find Renault?
By accident. I fell in a hole that led to a tunnel. You?
He found me, actually. I was waiting out a storm in an abandoned shelter, and he just kind of appeared.
Can I ask what your mission is?
Renault wanted me to find one where the magic resided.
So you're here to protect the descendant?
I don't know, Valor. If that were the case, why didn't he give me the cloak of protection? Why did he give me the horn that pierces?
Good luck, Cervantes.
Can you keep a secret?
Yeah.
I am the descendant of Cortez.
Well, what's your favor?
I have to live in the caves because I can't control the fire within me. When I can contain it, I want to walk outside.
You're not allowed to leave the caves?
I don't want to hurt people. It was nice to meet you.
Hey, when you're ready, we'll be waiting.
Make a friend?
Yeah.
Good. You still want to go?
Ready when you are.
Clatt, I'm gonna go this way. Clatt, get down! Head for those rocks!
What's happening?
There's going to be an assault.
On the Sanudians?
No. There'd be no reason, no profit. And they wouldn't need this many soldiers.
Then who?
I'm not sure. I know a way to find out. But you have to trust me.
I do.
You also have to do exactly what I say. Do you understand?
Yes.
This is for your safety and mine. This is important.
I understand.
Okay, start burying yourself in sand so they can't see you. I'm going to do something that's going to seem crazy. Your job is to wait. If I don't return by nightfall, then this is something that I can't handle, and your job will be to go back to the Lower Monastery and tell Head Monk Goodleaf that a full-scale attack is coming from the south.
I can help you.
Trust me, you do not want to do what I'm going to do. Keep covering yourself and don't try to watch.
He's alone.
Is he Sanudian?
Nah, his cloak's not red. He might be a scout.
We should bring him back. Is he still breathing?
Kind of.
Bring him to Viper.
Just have to wait till night.
And you don't know where Chana is?
I put a bell around her neck if you would like.
That would be amusing. I could tell her it was a test in stealth training. I knew I kept you alive for a good reason, Kruger. What is this?
This man attacked us a mile into the march.
One man attacked you?
Yes, sir.
And you brought him here?
We thought he might have been a scout.
Scouts usually try and avoid capture, don't they, Kruger?
Yes, Lord Viper.
I appreciate the amount of thought the two of you put into this man, but he probably just got spooked when he saw the men marching. Probably lost in the desert and had gone sun crazy. Just dispose of him and rejoin the march.
Hold that man tight, soldier!
Let me go!
Don't you dare give him an inch.
You know this man?
Oh yes, I do. If you give me this man, Viper, I will provide your kingdom for free.
Who is this man that makes you work charity?
This is my brother.
I don't even know you.
Look at your wristband.
No.
You're not the only one who likes pretty shiny things. Soldier, you'll probably need to hold him tighter now.
Lark! Lark! I will kill you! Let me go!
Put on your other face.
Of course, Lord Viper. Forgive me. Spur of the moment excitement.
Who are you, really?
You must forgive my vengeful bliss. I have forgotten myself.
Speak to me or my blade. Your men aren't fast enough to stop me.
The only deception here was for my brother. For all intents and purposes, this other face is deceased.
Speed this story up, Kroll.
Several years ago, I was a man named Lark from Minay. I was the son of farmers and the brother of a ranger. And then the Ermathigan campaign began, and I went with my brother to take up arms. I was wounded by friendly fire, and sent home where I learned to help out in the business of finance and strategy during wartime. I became a legend with numbers and stratagem. I was able to place well-stocked armies everywhere that cut off enemy movements, which eventually forced the Ermathigan army to the Enoch Bridge.
He's lying, Viper. General Iteg was...
General Iteg was a liar! And I took my vengeance on him as well. You don't know me, Kruger. And you weren't there.
Continue.
The war ended on the Enoch Bridge because of me. General Iteg lied and robbed me of my victory and my rewards. So I took care of him in the night. But there was another man who robbed me that day. My brother Valor, who supposedly single-handedly defended the bridge and stopped the Ermathigans from advancing before reinforcements could arrive. 2 men robbed me of my life. I've taken care of one, but the other has eluded me for years. So much so that I killed his wife to try to get him to find me. But that didn't work either. Now it appears that chance has led him to me. I have you now.
You're wrong.
What?
I have him. But when you give me my kingdom, he is yours. And we are square.
Of course.
This is the man who stopped Ermathigan from invading. You're right, Kroll, or whoever you truly are. You were robbed.
Lord Viper, the face thing?
Yes. How do you change your face?
I learned from my brother that fallen wizards have interesting trinkets. This necklace, it allows a person to change their appearance, which is why I can still enter Minay on a weekly basis, as well as be chief advisor to the King of Eltsec, even though the true advisor is buried in the courtyard.
What's so funny?
He said I robbed him.
Don't lighten your grip, soldiers! This is a trick.
I'll kill you! This isn't over!
Have your bandits help my soldiers escort your prisoner to the dungeon. He'll be kept safe until you can return.
Thank you. Oh, and remove any objects from him that might be magical.
How will we know, sir?
Use extreme discretion.
It appears as if you're not the only one to have a good day. Do you have my 10, Chana? Is this a joke?
Nope.
There are no puncture wounds in these fish. How did you catch them?
I built a trap.
Kroll, this must be your daughter. She used trickery to catch these fish instead of skill. What good are you to me? Oh wait, she's going to cry. This must be your daughter, Kruger, because she's not mine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a kingdom to take over.
My father doesn't love me. He wanted a son, but he got me instead. I know that he's a proud man and that he believes in a warrior's code, but I don't fit into that code. I'm something that he'll never be proud of. I know. I'll set you free. That will really make Crawl mad and mess up Father's plan. I'll show him what a daughter can do.
Young lady, do you have somewhere to go? I've been a lot of places and I can help you. For helping me, if you'd like.
Sure.
Is there a front entrance? I have a feeling that there may be a friend of mine trying to figure out a way in.
Chana?
Hey, Clatt, what's up?
You live here.
Not anymore. I'm running away.
Let me talk to my friend Valor. Maybe I can talk him into taking you with us.
I already talked to Valor. I'm coming with you guys.
What? No way! He just said yes when you asked him.
Actually, he asked me.
You mean he said, hey, why don't you come with us?
Yeah, basically that was it.
I just don't get this guy.
Get over it. He's waiting.
Shouldn't you be halfway to the monastery by now?
The sun's still in the sky.
Chana's going to be coming with us.
I heard. Should we be out in the open like this?
There's no one but the dungeon guards here. They're all marching on outside castle.
Your father wants the kingdom?
Yes.
But his army isn't big enough. That's why my brother is involved, right?
You have a brother? When can I meet him?
You already have. My brother is Crawl.
What? Why are you trying to kill us if he's your brother?
He's just not a good brother, okay?
Okay.
How is Crawl helping your father?
I don't know. All I know is that the king from Mason is sending in his army from the north, and my father is coming in from the south.
Okay.
What does it mean?
Well, King Tenactus is a tyrant. He's got no problem going to war with anyone. Mason's a large kingdom to the north. It has a bigger army than Eltsec. I don't know why he would team up with Chana's father and Crawl, let alone give Eltsec to... not the only one who likes pretty shiny things.
Valor?
We need to leave, now. We have to get ahead of Viper's army and somehow gather our own army.
Valor, sir?
We have to go now.
I know a shortcut.
Where does this take us?
Just south of Tranquil City. We'll be almost a day ahead of Father's army. After marching through the desert, they will have to stop and rest.
Agreed. They won't want to march on the castle after that long walk.
What are you reading? Is that the book of Lore and Cortez? Hey, everything will be okay.
Good evening, child.
Hold on, you two. The sun's going down and I need a rest. I think we could all use one. Let's gather some wood and make a fire. We need to talk.
I'm with you, you know, no matter what.
I know that. I want to be honest with you both. And likewise, I always want you two to be honest with me. I'm haunted by a lot of things. I found out that my brother, who killed my wife, is still alive today. Every day I live with a soldier's past, one that I'm proud and not proud of. And even though a lot of people hold me in high regard because of it, those that made the true sacrifice seem to be forgotten. I've lost many friends, alive and dead. I have no family but those who take me in. I can't repay them for their kindnesses. I know what the future holds for me, and it's a long, cold road that I have to walk alone.
So what's your point?
I'm sorry, Chana. Clatt has the tenacity of a shadow when it comes to following me, and I'm just trying to explain that I don't know where we'll end up tomorrow.
Father said live every day like there's no tomorrow. It's his warrior creed and mine too, I guess. He will not be easy to deal with.
Yeah, well, that's just it. There's more than just your father to deal with tomorrow. And I want to let you know just what nightmare we have to deal with and what roles we'll all have to play. And then we'll rest for 5 minutes before the two of you decide if you really want the life that comes with being my friend. Sorry about the desert.
Is this horse magic?
I don't really know, Clatt. I was leaving my house after I found my wife. and all I could think about was running away, as far as I could go. And this gray mare appeared. She's been there for me, and I've never questioned our arrangement, have I? I was wondering if you had two friends that would like to join us.
I'm not impressed by your parlor tricks. Just tell me about tomorrow.
She's good people. All right. Tomorrow.
It's a little late for you to be out, isn't it?
Whatever. I'm looking for Hutch. Have you seen him?
I like you, kid. You're funny.
In a few hours, a cutthroat called Viper and his army of bandits are going to attack Outset Castle. I'm here to warn this town, and I need to find Hutch, so stop wasting my time.
How do you know my name?
Are you Hutch?
I am. Who has sent you?
Valor.
Brooke. Brooke.
Clatt, I'm not supposed to talk to you. There was a gathering to discuss your return, and it didn't go well for you.
I noticed. But listen, everyone can hate me later. Right now, there is serious trouble. I need to talk to Head Monk.
He cannot speak to you. He was blamed for letting you take the sacred bow, and, well, he kind of placed himself on banishment. No one has seen him since the gathering.
No.
What's going on, Clatt?
Brooke, come away from the thief. Clatt, you are no longer welcome here. I would advise you to leave.
There's trouble coming from the south. Valor sent me because he needs your help.
What are you doing here?
Didn't you hear? There's going to be a war. I go where I can find fresh parts.
You know of the attack?
Everyone knows. King Tenactus of Mesum has his army waiting to the north.
Why aren't the guards on the walls or the fortifications?
King Knick sent his army to the north to meet his rivals.
But Mesum outnumbers Outsack. They'll lose. What do you know, Leper Man?
I only hear whispers in the dark. I am sure the king would grant an audience with the great Valor of Melee. He'd probably tell you his plan. If only he would make your presence known. You should hurry, though. I think there's a storm coming from the south.
Clatt meant no harm. He returned the sacred bow.
I know, child. It's just that the monastery has excommunicated him, and I can't ring the bell for him. Which means I can't ring the bell for Valor either.
Why?
The trouble is outside the forest, which means it's not actually the monastery's concern. I wish the head monk was here.
I know one way to get him here.
How?
Are the rangers on their way?
No good. They wouldn't listen to me.
Should I go and talk to them?
They know you were with me. I don't think it would do any good.
Listen. What's that?
We're still in this, Chana. Come on.
Please wait here. The king will be here momentarily.
Thank you.
I was wondering if you would show up.
My lord.
My advisor had said that if you got word of what we were planning, you would definitely want to be here.
Your advisor is why I'm here, sire. I have vital information you need to know.
Guards, protect the king! Please, stay your staff, Valor.
Still hiding behind others?
I don't know how you did it, but I'm glad you've escaped and are here, and safe.
Safe? Are you mad? My lord, this man is very dangerous.
I think not.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. He does not know yet.
Know what?
The truth, Valor of Manet. All you know, or think you know, has been part of a plan set in motion years ago for this moment. Please, show your true face, Lark.
What's going on here?
We've discovered a way to protect our kingdom from any villain that would try and destroy our prosperity. Today, we will live without fear forever.
Forgive me, sire, but this man who stands with you plots against you. He's also a murderer.
Brother, I did not kill Maria. That was an unfortunate lie I had to assume. A lie to join ranks with the vile underworld that has been lying in wait to seize the kingdom of Elsac.
You're a liar.
A liar with a king's trust. Please, listen. Nearing the end of the Arampkin campaign, there were mistakes made by Ma and others' generals. Soldiers were abandoned and left for dead, while others became corrupted by violence and greed. They rejected the lives they were fighting to protect and began pillaging and plundering villages and kingdoms. Lark worked with me during the campaign, and I trusted his judgment and counsel. He saw what was happening and what evil future we were heading toward after the war ended. We needed a new plan to protect our future.
I've heard this story before.
Yes, you have. I have also met Renault.
No.
It was Renault who directed me to advise the king to what happens today.
No, this man is a liar. I do not believe any of this. And I cannot allow you to proceed with your plan. You cannot control it. It's too dangerous.
I am sorry that you will not stand with us. Guards, escort this man out of my castle.
You can't control it! I mean you no harm. I'll go peacefully.
Clatt sure can cause trouble, huh?
Good day, Junior Rangers.
Oh, thank goodness you're here, Head Monk. Ashlyn!
Head Monk.
Ashlyn, I take it something has happened?
Clatt paid us a visit and returned the sacred bow. Before I asked him to leave, he said Valor needed help. Something's coming from the south. I've sent the rangers and the medics to the south border of the forest and told them to wait for orders. I'm not gonna let Valor down again.
You've never let Valor down, Ashlyn. How may I assist you?
I wish to lead the rangers, but my responsibility is the protection of the junior rangers.
I will watch them, Ashlyn. Go help your friend. Brooke, Lachlan?
Yes, Head Monk?
Gather the junior rangers. We will need to be ready.
Ready for what, exactly?
Our visitors, of course.
What are they doing?
What does it look like they're doing?
Valor!
Did you find Hutch?
He's on his way to Monet.
And you told him to speak to Clive and to gather the militia.
Duh.
What, the monastery?
I didn't get to talk to Headmon Goodleaf. He's exiled himself.
Exiled himself?
Because he let me take the bow.
If there is a later, we'll be talking about that. Will they help us?
They wouldn't listen to me, but I heard them ring the bell.
So they don't know the plan?
No, they don't.
Well, then it will be a surprise, won't it?
What's happening?
Lure bugs, Clatt.
Staff swinging ranger dudes, so what?
It's a ranger thing.
Okay, my attempt at talking sense into the king failed, so we move on to plan B. Get as many of the townsfolk into the town square. A lot of them have already gathered there, so just figure out a way to keep them there until I show up. Wait, Clatt, you got my dirt?
Yeah.
Dirt? What do you need that for?
More parlor tricks from a forgetful wizard. You two should get inside the castle and keep people in the town square.
What about you?
I've been temporarily kicked out of the castle.
How are you going to get back in?
Don't worry. It's only temporary. Go on.
Bring up the boy. Never been out of the desert before, boy?
No.
Get used to it. If all goes well today, you'll be able to go anywhere you can dream of.
Lord Viper,
Yes, Kruger?
the Mason army has arrived.
It's almost time.
Looks like getting the people to stay in isn't going to be a problem.
What are they waiting for?
I don't know.
What are lure bugs anyway?
They're insects that light up at night. They attract little animals to come near them, and when they do, a large lizard called a monastery attacks the animal and eats it. The lure bugs eat what's ever left over.
So the returning soldiers are lure bugs?
I think so.
So that would make the Masnar.
Yeah, the Taurus.
Right. Tomorrow. I believe that Kral has convinced King Gannick of Eltsac to activate the Taurus.
What?
What in Eltsac's name is that?
That's not possible. I mean...
Just calm down, Clatt. China doesn't know what it is.
But...
Shut your trap, Clatt.
What do you know of wizards?
Not much. According to my father, they were just a bunch of old guys in ugly, pointy hats. And didn't they play with sticks?
Of course. He doesn't mind using their toys, though, does he? Sorry. I'm going to have to give you the very quick and very brief version of the history of wizards. Long ago, people could harness the energies of the world and control them. They were called wizards. Wizards were rampant throughout the world, and everyone got along and helped each other, wizard or regular man. But somewhere during the time, wizards started to war with one another. Non-wizard people hid from the warring wizards and prayed that the wizards would not go after them. People scattered throughout the world, and when the wizards had destroyed themselves, that's when people began gathering again and making borders of their kingdoms. Now, we reside in the kingdom of Eltsac. There were two prominent wizards that lived here, Lor and Cortez. Both were peaceful and wanted to stay as far away from the fighting as possible. The wizard Lor came first, and he thought he could hide within the forest. He became friendly with some gypsies who had already taken to living in the forest. Lor taught them how to better survive and live in peace with nature, which started the Lor monastery, which taught its people to become rangers like myself and, well, what Clatt would be had he been a better listener. The wizard Cortez was a wanderer as well as a friend of Lor from happier times. He would visit the forest of Lor from time to time, which unfortunately led to the demise of both wizards.
This is the short version.
Shh, he's getting to it.
One of the most powerful and evil wizards was a man named Argolsa. He was so good at defeating wizards that he began to figure out easier and more efficient ways of disposing of them. One of his ideas was to build a giant monster that he could use as a puppet to fight wizards while he was far away from harm. So he built a Taurus and followed Cortez, who had been trying to warn Lor to run away. Lor and Cortez were defeated. Argolsa left Eltsac for his own reasons, discarded the Taurus like trash.
Is it still in Eltsac?
Yes, the gypsies parted ways, some to maintain a Lord legacy in the forest. Some followed Cortez and became the desert-dwelling Snudians, as some built a tomb for the Taurus so it could never be found again. They built a castle over it.
But how can they use it?
Like I can use my magic in this staff. Kral must know how the magic works in the Taurus.
So we stop them from using it, right?
That's what I'm going to try to do. If it's activated, though, I don't know how to stop it, and my only priority will be getting the townsfolk evacuated. I've got separate missions for you in case I fail.
I'm in.
If it makes my father notice me for once, count me in. When will they bring up the Taurus already?
I don't know. I just hope the people don't leave the town square when it comes.
You there! Come here. Why are you outside the wall?
I got kicked out.
Well, trust me when I say that you're safer out here.
Not if it rains.
I like you, son. Those wits of yours get you kicked out?
Among other things.
Well, don't worry. You can go back in soon enough. I am King Tenactus of Mason, and I grant you free passage off this battlefield.
I appreciate it, but I have kids in there. My lord, you must move your men away from here. They're going to activate the Taurus.
I hope they do.
Even if they activate it, no man can control it. Only a wizard could.
Guess which side has one.
No, there are no more wizards.
I gave you permission to leave, but why don't you stick around and watch a while?
Sir. Sir.
What is it, boy?
I'm beginning to lose my concentration.
And why should I care?
I'm dangerous.
So am I.
You don't understand. I'm fire.
What's taking so long?
Just be patient. All we can do is wait.
Look who's talking, Mr. Impatient.
People of Elsac, today we begin our lives anew. We will live in the peace of knowing that no one will ever threaten our freedom. It has taken a long time for our...
What's happening? Did you turn the key already?
Sir!
How is it starting?
I don't know. You said you can control it. Shut it off. You lied.
I did.
Oh, sure, now they decide to run?
No, the descendant of Cortez.
You may want to stand back.
My lord, would you like to see more magic?
Who are you? Archers!
I hope this works.
Everyone, stay here!
Wait! Don't run!
Can you feel that? Feel what?
I can.
People of Elsac, come this way.
Valor, what's happening?
There's not much time.
What do we do?
How do we stop that thing?
I don't know how to stop the Taurus. Viper has the descendant of Cortez. Save him.
What about you?
Forget about me. This was a one-way trip. Save the descendant.
But...
Clatt! Promise me you'll save the descendant!
We will.
Valor!
Come on, Clatt. Get up.
He's gone.
Clatt, you don't know that he's gone.
We have to go now.
Move your arms, boy. Now, destroy the castle.
No.
What did you say?
Why would he do that?
He did what he thought was right. I didn't know him as long as you did, but I know why you followed him.
He didn't want me to come with him, you know.
He did, in the end.
Why do you say that?
Valor has faith in you to carry out the mission.
'Cause we honor our deals.
Clatt, I think this is yours.
We have to go.
Ashlyn is waiting with the Rangers in the south. Good luck.
What did you say to me, boy?
I said no.
What makes you think you have a choice?
You can't hurt me, 'cause I'm the descendant and I'm the fire that makes that thing work.
You're right. I can't hurt you, and you do control the Taurus. But would you like to know what I can control?
Cervantes!
That's right. I control Cervantes.
Don't listen to them, Andor. Don't do what they ask.
What makes you think I'm asking?
Don't be afraid.
Good boy. Now, destroy the castle or your friend dies. Slowly.
I'm sorry, Cervantes.
It's not your fault, Andor.
That boy is the descendant.
Is he controlling the Taurus? Oh, great, he's with my father.
Do you think Valor was brought back to the castle?
It's possible.
I'm going to check and see.
Clatt!
I'm just not ready to lose him.
I know. Wait, I have an idea that will help Valor.
No wall shall stand before me.
Pardon me, sire.
What is it, Kruger?
It has occurred to me that
destroying it?
Yes.
I'm destroying the Outset Castle to test the Taurus. The Kingdom of Mason is 10 times bigger and would make for a more valuable prize. And it just so happens that the good King Tanactus has brought his entire army right to me.
Why wasn't I told about this?
Because I just decided to do it. You heard me, boy. Destroy the Mason army and I'll let Cervantes live. Destroy them all.
Don't do it, Andor. It'll be okay.
No, I'll do it. Just let me catch my breath.
Well, whenever you're ready then.
We need to talk.
My lord,
Are you lost, little girl?
I am the daughter of Lord Viper.
The daughter Chana. To what do I owe this pleasure?
Father wants me to enter the city and have the king surrender to me.
This was not the plan explained to me by Crawl. What has changed?
Sire.
No!
The boy's got style.
I'm sorry, Valor.
Hello, brother. What if they don't show?
They will.
I don't understand why it needs to be this way.
I need you to trust me, Ashlyn. Valor and Chana will be here.
We'll wait for them then.
Why aren't you attacking the army, boy?
This is working. They're running away.
I don't need them to flee. I need them destroyed. All that escape today can regroup and formulate a plan to counterattack. Destroy them or you're forfeiting Cervantes' life.
I can't.
You what?
I said I can't.
Kruger, pick up the prisoner. You are testing my patience, boy. I have given you leniency that I've never even shown my own child.
Chana?
Yes, Kruger, Chana.
No, sire. It's Chana.
Where's Valor?
Renault.
No, I never met Renault. He surely would have never have chosen me to save the future. I'm probably one of the evils that endanger it.
How?
I overheard two men talking about it during a storm. They had taken my shelter for the night, so I took the secret knowledge they possessed for payment. I got this from a man in the desert. It's the Naib horn, proclaimed to be the horn that pierces through anything. Armor, skin, magic. Did you know he thinks he's supposed to use it on the descendants just in case things go bad again? The fool. I know its true purpose, though. It's the one weapon that can pierce the Naib cloak. I win, brother.
What are you doing here, girl?
I need you to see me, Father.
I see you. Now go home.
No, Father. I need you to see me.
You've turned against me then, daughter. So what now? Would you like to fight me?
I don't need to fight you.
Fire! Only cowards use arrows.
And using the Taurus is honorable.
What did you call me?
You lose, Father. Surrender.
I'll not have a worthless girl called me a coward.
Andor,
Silence!
just kick your feet.
I said silence!
Don't stop kicking your feet.
This wasn't the plan.
No!
Sire!
Open your eyes. I said open your eyes.
Am I?
No, you are merely resting.
Things have changed.
Meaning?
My mission. My mission to save the future from your past.
It has not changed.
It has, though.
How so?
I met some kids, and I put them in danger. I couldn't protect them, and for all I know, I've sent them to their doom.
The children live.
I can't finish the mission anymore. I owe my life to these kids. They've already been through so much that I just want to protect them and give them the life they deserve.
Valor, that is your mission.
What?
I told you there were 6 that could change the future.
But they're just kids.
Prophecies do not respect age.
Please, Renault.
Your mission is almost over. Follow your heart.
Hello, my love. There isn't much time left. Tell Magnus Goodleaf that you are ready to meet your daughter.
I didn't know you had a brother.
It's kind of a sore subject.
I suppose.
Do the Rangers know you're here?
I'm a guest of honor, actually.
Really?
Yep. Turns out saving your life is a good thing.
I'm glad to hear it. Did we win?
Appears that way. The Mene militia and the Elsec army chased the retreating Mason back to the north. The Quick Rapids Bridge was destroyed and prevented Viper's army from advancing. The Taurus was found tangled and broken down the river. Castle Elsec was the only real victim. It will take a long time to be rebuilt. Your kids did a good job out there. I'm going to go. I think I creeped them out.
I can talk to them.
No, I don't want to outstay my welcome.
Leperman, thank you.
I didn't kill your brother. I let him go for a prize.
We thought you were dead. I mean, well, actually, Chana did.
Clatt!
I knew you were okay.
What's wrong?
You saved the Descendant. I'm really proud of both of you. What?
It was no sweat.
Chana, you'll tell me the real story later, right?
Of course I will. Not.
Hey, Brooke, come here and meet Valor.
It is an honor to meet you.
What?